So y'all will get a message right now, I think. Just say yes, or it's going to kick you out. One week I forgot I just got so caught up in doing it. And then I forgot to hit record and everybody was so upset. I'm like, I'm sorry. Bree, that's a great picture, by the way. Looking at that. I love that picture.
Thank you. I used my, what's it called? My star gift to get the lighting just right. So
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Decided it was a good one.
Yeah, it is.
So, well, my Jake, the kids and the baby's going over to Grist and Giffens today to swim.
Oh, that's so fun. How long is Jake there for?
Till February.
Oh, yay. Okay.
They get to be with us on stage at Leadership, and Leadership is going to be all the areas together.
Oh, every division?
Every division.
Oh, wow. That'll
Isn't
be
that awesome?
so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited about that.
I'm not excited for them to leave, but I'm excited. I might be by the time they go. I don't know.
I know.
He'll be almost a year old baby, but he's so cute right now.
I know.
And
When do they leave? They leave February, you said?
Her parents would like to have the baby there by his birthday, which is February 12th.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of depends on the flights, I think.
Well, and it probably depends on what's about to happen in our country a little bit.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Well, I know this is me, but I'll pray a little bit that maybe something holds it back so he can stay here with you.
I won't tell them you said that.
Maybe something will delay it a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Maybe not on our side, but maybe on their side. I can pray for that.
Yeah, that's right. Your grandbaby's adorable. Everybody's had babies. They're all so cute. Rebecca's and
oh my gosh. Stella has cheeks for days, and that girl has the funniest personality on the planet. She thinks she's a funny baby already at 6 months and does she'll do ornery things. I'm like, oh, Tanner, you have no idea what's about to happen in your life.
And Rebecca's got that little one too. How old, Rebecca, is your grandbaby? 6 months?
She's 5 months.
And Jake's just turned 6 months tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how fun. Taylor's, we're in California right now. She's giving away my grandbabies.
Oh.
She's going into surgery right now to give away her eggs.
Oh God.
So other people can have babies. We got a couple of grandbabies in Australia.
Oh, that's neat.
She has a heart.
Pretty
Look at little Aubrey. Hi, little baby Aubrey.
Oh, so cute.
Where is she?
She's under Karen's little thing.
Oh my God, she's so cute. In our makeover the other night, her picture.
I know. Little Aubrey, Aunt Jen loved her little squisher face. I love her so much.
Oh my gosh, you're cute. I just took our picture.
She's so cute. I know. I'm sorry. We'll get sidetracked. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. And don't worry, if you girls have other people coming in, I'm going to record it. And then I know usually people are literally getting out of lunch onto their lunch break. And so they join a little bit later. So don't worry. I will add everybody in. But we have the honor and privilege today to have a senior national sales director, Kerry Buskirk. We are so excited to have her. Some of you, I'm going to tell you, to sit at Kerry's feet would be the same as sitting at Mary Kay Ash's feet. She's the only Mary Kay I've ever gotten to meet, because I didn't get to meet Mary Kay in person, and became a director, but she had fallen ill, so I didn't get to meet her. But Kerry is not just my national, she's my mom, she's my friend, she's everything to me. And if the funniest woman on the planet, the weirdest things happen to her, I think it's phenomenal. And I'm telling you, you're in for a real treat today. Kerry, I love you. I adore you. I would do anything on the planet for you. Me and Rebecca were talking about it. I was like, I would probably step in front of a gun for Kerry. I love you so much. I love you.
We'd all be running towards each other to save each other.
I know. I just love you with all that I am. And thank you for taking time. Because I tell you, I don't know where this is going to go. Everywhere I post it, how you all found out how to get on here is they just have taken off. Like everyone's reaching out, like, send me that. I want to be part of that. And I think what it is we women need a little positive pick me up, right?
We do.
By midweek, we're like, okay, we need a pick me up again. And so you guys get to learn from soon to be retired, Kerry Buskirk. We get her to leadership. And Kerry, thank you for your 50 years of legacy in this business and what you're passing on to so many. You truly are the real heart. Ryan Rogers gave her, I think, the best compliment you could ever get. We at leadership one year, he sat at our table and he said, listening to Kerry, he said, it's literally like my grandmother went right in her body when she passed away. He was getting tearful at the table. And I don't know if you could ever get a better compliment than that. But Kerry, we love you. And I'm going to mute, and I got the recording on, so we'll have this for everybody. Thank you, Kerry.
Thank you, Jenny. And hello, everybody. Well, I'm so excited to be talking to you before seminar. I hope you're all going no matter where you are, because even though it isn't live, Mary Kay transcends everything else. Through any media, if you just hear something positive, you never know what somebody's going to say that's just going to turn you around. So it could be something I say today. It could be something, I know that many people said things at the right time that got me into gear to where I needed to go. Because, I was a consultant, without telling my story, from 1971 till 1979. And so that's at 8 years. I was 19 when I started, and I was 27 or 28 when I became a director in 79. I won my first Cadillac and debuted 5 directors, 4 on stage at leadership, and 1 the next month in 1980. So in a year, in 79 to 80, I went from, what's she doing in Mary Kay? Should I keep encouraging her? She's never going to do anything. That's kind of some of the things my national felt about me. She even told my adopted director when she said, I'm so excited. I've just adopted one of your consultants who moved here. And she said, oh, don't mess with her. She'll never do anything. So I think she didn't mean that. She knew the potential I had. And I think she was very frustrated with the fact that I wasn't using the potential that I had, especially after learning from Mary Kay since I was 19. I met her 2 months after I joined the company. And so, not taking that inspiration and doing something with it sooner. And I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit today. And then I was I did the $300,000 club that first year and won my Cadillac and debuted 5 directors. And then I stayed, and some of you may be at that point, at 300,000 up to 450,000. I wouldn't go for $500,000 because Francie hates me to tell this, but she's not around anymore, not here. She doesn't live here, and she has a different business. But she didn't think she could do the trip, which was 600,000. And so I wasn't going to do any more than Francie did. I wasn't going to go higher than her, even though she was my recruit. So we both did up to 450. And the year before we did $500,000, we just jumped over and we won the trip. We didn't even do $500,000. You already get $500,000 when you do the 650. But when it jumped from 500,000 to 600 to earn the trip and the big rings, Francie came to me and she said, I'm going to do the trip this year because it's to Australia and Johnny's always wanted to go to Australia. And I said, but Francie, you have to do $500,000 or more. And she said, no, you don't. No, you don't have to do $500,000. You only have to do 600,000. And I said, Francie, that's 100,000 more retail. No, it's not. Don't tell me that. She said, don't tell me that because I can do 600,000, but I cannot do $500,000. Now, are we silly that we think that way sometimes? We just have to see something in a different light, see ourselves in a different light. Well, I was just like, I didn't want to go to Australia. Here, and I have a daughter-in-law who's in New Zealand because it was too far. But I also was pregnant, and so with Jenna. And so she went and she came back and she goes, I don't want to go on another trip without you. You have to do it. And I had never set a goal to win the trip. I didn't want to fly over the ocean. Is that silly? These are the things that hold us up. It truly is. I didn't see all the other benefits. I saw I'm going to have to get in a plane and fly over the ocean and have a small child at home and blah, 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 and more things happen at home than away anyway, to children. So it's kind of silly, the excuses that we make. But anyway, so we both did the trip to Bermuda that next year. And then, I guess it was in January, then I had Jenna. I went to Bermuda really pregnant. Then I had Jenna, and I didn't get to go to leadership. And since I didn't go to leadership, went back then, all the people who were future nationals had a meeting. If you had 5 spinoffs, you had a meeting at leadership with Mary Kay in her suite. And of course, I wasn't there. And so they sent this book, and they had decided to start promoting national again, because there were a lot of nationals, but I hadn't seen a lot of new ones for several years, because it was all the Nancy Teachin and Shirley Hutton and all those fabulous nationals that came on fast and built big, and they just weren't really promoting it because everybody was working for it anyway. But I guess they'd gone several years without having any new nationals debut. So they sent this book out that told you all the benefits of being a national. And sure, I like the family security plan. My husband didn't have any kind of a plan with his business. And, I liked all those things. But what really excited me, this is so stupid, the nationals got to see everything, every product first. That was the thing that motivated the most. The trips did motivate me because I could win those as a director. It was the family security plan when I really realized what that was. And then the getting to be the first to know everything. I couldn't wait till the next week's director's memo came out to see what's new. And so I said, Francie, we can become national sales directors. All we have to do is this. And she said, I don't know if I can do that, but I can do this, And so that was in 1994. And when I decided, and Jenna was born in January. She had been born in January, so she was about 8 months old. And I finished national in October of 1995. And then I debuted on stage at seminar in 1996. So what's the difference? Why do you spend 7 or 8 years besides being 19 years old? What other reason would cause anybody not to go as far as they can see? I always used to hear, go as far as you can see, and then you can see farther. What trips us up a lot of times are the things I mentioned. Fear. What's going to be expected of me? Can I keep it up? What if I lose it? Those are the things that are so ridiculous to even let come into our minds. I haven't ever thought what if I lost it? I haven't reached every goal, but every goal that I didn't reach, I can look back and see why I didn't. I was doing something else when I should have been doing Mary Kay, or it really wasn't my goal, but I felt like it should be. And I think you have to sometimes you're in 2 different positions. Some of you may think I could do everything, but your director's trying to slow you down because she's afraid you'll be disappointed. I never was afraid to let anybody soar because I knew they were all better than me. And sometimes we don't want our friends to get ahead of us. I mean, realistically, sometimes we run for that because I wouldn't, Francie wasn't going to go without me going, and I thought I better do a trip. And so I did. But what's keeping you from getting to where not where your director wants you to be, where that you could be today? How long was your last vacation from working? Because once you get customers, that's not work anymore. It's answering the telephone and delivering, or now the CDC, CDS, the mailing and all that. We don't have to go deliver. We can pay somebody else to go deliver. We can have people come to our house. So I've really been thinking a lot about that. And I'm talking in a different mode than I have been before. And it was really great for Jenny to tell me what she wanted me, because that's exactly what I tell you. It's procrastination, not doing the things that we need to be doing at the things that we need to be doing if we want something. Nobody tells you have to do Mary Kay. In fact, we say things like, you need to be a national, or you should be a director. And we base that on how cute somebody is. Sometimes we'll look at something and say, oh, she'd make a great director. Why? Because she has on a great outfit and her hairstyle's great and her makeup looks good. Why is it that we think that when we don't look sometimes at someone who doesn't say much? They have the same dress they wear to every meeting. They don't really know how to wear their makeup. They don't seem to fit the position. You don't fit it, the position and then get it. You work to the position and then you get it. You actually get it. But we, so many times, I think we hurt people, their chances by saying you should be a director, putting that much pressure on them from day one, rather than saying you'd be great at Mary Kay. You'd be a great addition to our company. And once you got there, then you could see what Mary Kay has to offer in everything and decide where is it that I want to be. And you can take one step at a time, or you can just go as fast as you can go, as long as it's real, as long as you're actually doing what we're supposed to do, selling the product to customers, booking appointments from parties and faces, and showing the business to people that either stand out to us, maybe not. I think we miss a lot of people. At my skincare classes, right after I became a director, especially, I started booking a lot of appointments. And from one sappy makeover, the lady wasn't even that excited. She gave me a name of someone who needed a mascara. That lady invited me to come to her house. She needed to earn a cologne. She told me she was broke and couldn't even buy a perfume. And I didn't think, oh, she's broke, she won't buy anything. I went down there and there were 5 women there, and one of them was my national sales director, Offspring, Francie Macbeth. And she looked like she already was a consultant. But when I had everybody, and I always made everybody go around and tell me your name and one thing about yourself. And everybody else told their name, but Francie said her name, and she said, there's nothing about me. There's nothing about me. And I thought, I'd like to morph with you right now. She had a red dress on. She looked adorable. And she asked her friend on her left and her friend on the right. And she said, what? I don't know what to say. Finally, she said, well, my husband's a professional cowboy, and I have 2 sons. She couldn't think of anything about her to say because her identity was in her husband and her sons. And many of us, our identity is in our children. Instead of making an identity that your children will love and honor and respect, like Francie's sons already did with their dad being a champion rodeo cowboy, world champion. And so what is it that's holding you back? My favorite saying is get out of your own way. If it's your husband or your special person in your life, maybe they just don't understand. Maybe they don't get it. And so have your director come and explain it to him. I mean, I've had people say, well, I'll listen to her, but I'll kick her out the door if I don't like what I hear. I mean, they don't have to want to hear what you have to say, but you still ask. The only reason people aren't getting where they want to go is they've either stopped doing enough parties. They think they can't get bookings because they didn't do what the last 3. You can't ever stop because of something that happened the day before, the week before, or you had 10 people in a week that said no. You cannot let those people keep you from getting to where you want to go. And a lot of it is the way that we ask. I always tell people, don't say, would you like to? Do you want to? Would you be interested in? Nope, nope, nope. Would you like to be a consultant? Nope. Would you have to like to have a party? Nope. Would you like to do this? Nope. And those are terrible openings. And you can still get bookings with bad words, I can tell you. But it's when we shut our mouth, and all my consultants know this, it's a joke. This is your front door of your office. I have a friend who just opened a business. She's got to pay $400 a month besides her rent or mortgage and all of her utilities to be able to show the product that she's got. And she has a door that opens when she's there, and it's closed and nobody can get in there when the door's locked. So this is your front door. When it is closed, business is closed. When it is open, hi, how are you today? Or hi, my name is Kerry. However shy or outgoing or whatever, your mouth is your front door to your business. It's either open door or it's closed door. And sometimes I shut my door in an opportunity that I could have, believing that maybe this is not the right time or place, but I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to come back to it and say, I ate here the other night and you were really busy, but I kept thinking how much fun it would be to work with somebody like you. We don't have to be, we try to tell them the whole marketing plan. I've been there. I've talked people's heads off. My husband used to say, I hate it for people to ask you what you did because it's like the room went silent and you just were spinning around with your mouth going about, because I was overexcited, way overexcited. So some people, they like me anyway, and they believed that I knew what I was doing anyway, but I probably turned some people off. There's probably a national in here that was a customer of one of my customers at one time that I just didn't ever ask or didn't pay attention to. You have to know that the only way that you can go anywhere in this business is to have your door open. You can shut it when you go to sleep, when you're eating, when you're out with your husband on a date. Sometimes my husband will say, you should talk to that lady. And I said, well, we're on a date together. I don't care. Once they see what Mary Kay has to offer. But you are truly, there's nothing holding you back. I don't care if you're shy. Shy, Mary Kay used to say, she would, in fact, this one would say, I'm too shy. She'd look at him and she'd cock her head both ways. She'd say, you don't look selfish to me. And I think the first time I ever heard her say that, I thought, oh my goodness, Mary Kay, you didn't say that. And she'd say, when you say you're shy, it means that you're so involved in yourself that you can't talk to this lady about something that could change her skin, change her life, or, change her attitude, give her a new business, or get her friends over again. Maybe she's been depressed. You don't know where it can go. We don't know how far one thing we say can go. It could be a referral. Somebody says, I couldn't do this, but I think you should do this. That's not even in the business. And here's who you should call. This is my friend. Well, why don't you do it? Well, I just think you have what it takes. You do it and then I'll do it. Whatever. But open your mouth. Get rid of the fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. I have to tell you that I've been through fear before. I was really fearful when my kids were babies, but not to the point where I stopped doing things. But fear is something that you can overcome it by being accepting, about knowing, especially if you love God, He's in control. And yes, He is going to let some things happen or not happen for you. But basically, it's up to you to get your mouth open and to get rid of whatever fear there is. No, calling customers. Do you think you're going to call and you get busy with something else and you go in and make a call and then you stop calling? And I remember my director, I'll say this, we didn't have a lot of information. We hardly had any information. We had our meeting every week and we went to our meeting every week. And I talked to my directors. Sometimes I have felt that maybe I wasn't a good enough director because I didn't put enough out there all the time, just stuff on, Instagram and podcasts and Facebook and everywhere you can think of. There's some people that are just out there all the time. And yes, they are sharing that other people who don't belong to them are gaining from. But is it keeping you from getting out the door when there's so many things to look at? We just had our director to look at and ourselves in the mirror. But I didn't do a lot for my people. When I had people who lived out of state or out of town and they were doing well, I called and asked them if I could come. I'd give them an assignment of what we were going to do when we were there and what they should do. But I wasn't in touch every day. I wasn't in touch all the time. And so because I've seen so much, I wonder, how did my people get as far? But I really don't think the secret is that you spend as much time with them. It's that you teach them in the beginning what they need to know. And then you continue to teach them when you're around them. These calls are wonderful. They're 20 minutes in a week. And Jenny has her meeting. I know Jenny gets on every morning with her consultants. I think that's awesome. It's early in the morning. She's there talking to her people. She's talking fast And then the rest of the day, she's working. She's working her own business. She's taking care of her family. She's doing all the things she needs to do. But ask yourself, what is it that I make my own excuses about? You know, back to Francie, there wasn't a swimming pool in her town. And she used to put up pictures of the Star Consultant prizes, because some people didn't even know that if you actually did more than the minimum, you could win more than one prize. And sometimes she would win 6 prizes in a quarter. There were different levels. And so one day her sons put a picture of a swimming pool on the refrigerator, along with the prizes that she was going to win. And, you know, I encouraged her to go to the bank and get her own loan and purchase a swimming pool. And, you know, I kind of felt like too, maybe that'd keep her busier as she was getting higher in the business. Maybe she might get satisfied and stop. So that was going to keep her working, because I knew her well enough. But what was interesting is when she got the pool, she said, now, when will the stairs be here? Oh, those are extra. You don't come with the stairs. Oh, okay. When will the lights be here? Well, it doesn't come with lights. That's something extra. And everything she thought was going to be in that pool, it wasn't there. It was just a big square with, you know, she had to put water in herself. And so when we don't show people all of our product in as quick a way as we can, you know, letting our customers know that, come and go by their house with a basket to show them new things or whatever, they get excited, and I think you need to have another makeover. They get excited when they see you, and they get excited when they see new product. I get excited when I see new product. I just got a box yesterday, and Abby and I were going crazy over it. And I still am as excited today at almost 70 as I was when I was 19. And no matter what the company's doing, our company's going to stay strong and be the best and always make us proud. But there's incidences they can't take care of. They don't have the means. They have to rely on us to do the right things and trust us, but they shouldn't be having to be involved in a lot of stuff that we get upset over. We need to fix that ourselves. Move on, move on, move on. Don't let things stop you. When things start to stop you, it actually is the devil. I believe in evil sources, and I believe they don't want us to be happy, and they don't want us to be secure, because they want to be in control of us. And it could be a person, you know, that just is not wanting you to not be their friend anymore. You know, there's people who are afraid for you to move on because you won't still be there with them. You'll be too busy, and they need to get that busy. So my message to you is, get out of your own way. Stop procrastinating. Quit putting your letter in over and over and over and over. Some of you quit starting over when you already started years ago. Finish it. Finish it. Let getting it done be number one right now. Don't wait for anything. I will only be with you until end of December as your active national, but I will always be with you in my retirement, as I love you. I have the most wonderful area. I wish I could meet everybody in my area, and maybe I will, because of something like Zoom. And I think that there's a lot of people sitting out there that could get re-excited, and I would not recommend that you call them first. I think you should call excited people first. But when you have time, let them know you just care about them. I've been going through a lot of old things, and I found a lot of letters where people said, I didn't really do anything with Mary Kay, but you gave me the encouragement. And for a while, I could see what I could do. And then I stepped back into my old person. But that's, I think, what I have to say today to all of you is that you have everything that you need to be where you want to be, because I'm the best example of that. I did know I needed to go get a dress that looked like a little bit business, instead of a yellow yarn happy face pockets, or real roughly dressed up to practically my seat, and, you know, not professional clothes. So I did what she told me, and then I knew the rest of the things to do. I'm so glad to be with all of you. I thank Jenny, because I know that this call is important to her, and some of you that are in my area that are on, and people who aren't, just know that you're just as important as any national that stands on that stage. You just have to want it, and you don't have to become a national. If we don't have any, all nationals, we won't have any consultants. But do what you feel in your heart is right to do, and then the next thing will come along. Take care. God bless. I won't see you at this seminar, but maybe I'll see you at leadership, because there's still time for those of you who want it. Thank you, Jenny.
Oh, thank you, Kerry. We love you. We appreciate your time. Does anybody have any questions for Kerry, or I don't know, anything you want to say back that you took away that would affirm her message today?
Thank you, Kerry. It's Rebecca. Hey, I
Hi,
want you
Rebecca.
to know something. Jenny, myself, Bree Willard, I don't know who else, but we're washing 100 faces in September. And I thought,
Awesome.
even if we did 50, if some of us did 50 or committed to that for your 50-year anniversary, wouldn't that be fun
Oh, yes,
to
that
honor
would
you
be.
before retreat? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can do it on Zoom and in person. My strategy is to have 10 hostesses for the month with 10 people in attendance at each one. And I have a hostess program for that. So Jenny and I've got some stuff booked together, and then we've got stuff, that we'll book separately, but it's really not that hard considering we have the virtual way to do it, right? It's easy to
Right.
get 10 people on there.
Right.
So I just wanted to say that publicly to you, and it scares the pants off of us because that's a lot. That's big, right?
Yes, it is.
But I'm
It
like,
is.
okay, well, 10 in a month or 12 parties in a month isn't that hard because it's only 3 or 4 a week.
I mean, you could go to
So I
a
just
job
want you to know
for 40 hours.
we're gonna get out of our own way, and we're gonna do that to honor you, Kerry.
Okay, great.
Yay! Anybody else have any questions or any feedback for Kerry before we go? I know a lot are on their lunch break, but I always want to leave a couple minutes for that.
Guys,
Hey,
speak
Kerry.
now, because
Hi, Janae.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything. You definitely kept my fire lit. So I am going to be a finisher, and I will be at leadership, and I will be coming to retreat. But done. Yeah, done.
All right. Love it.
Yes, ma'am.
Love it. Love it.
I just screenshotted that moment, Janae.
And now you can't forget it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you can't get there and then go back. You can't get there and then go back.
Mm-mm.
No going back. We're only going forward, ladies.
That's
Well,
right.
thank you all so much for taking your time. And I hope that helped you and inspired you. We have a lot to do in August. Some of you are just waking up for this seminar year. You might be 6 weeks behind, or you might be 6 weeks ahead. But here's the great thing. It doesn't matter. Miracles can happen. I've seen so many crazy things happen in 48 hours before. So let's just get busy and make our dreams happen. And I love all of you. I appreciate you all joining. And when I get the recording, I'll post it everywhere. And what I have been doing for the requests, I've had lots of requests. I don't know how to do it. You know me in technology. You're lucky you're getting this. But Maggie is going to convert everything into YouTubes. So then I can just send it. You can just click it versus having to, sometimes you click it and then you got to type in the password. It's a hot mess express. So everybody wants, I'm not doing that. So I will get you the recording immediately. But the thing from YouTube where Maggie transfers it over to that might be in a day or so. But we'll get it. I'll do that every week. So you'll have both options.
Oh, that's great. And thank you for doing it, Jenny. That's great.
Absolutely. We love you.
Yes.
Bye, ladies. Have an
Thanks,
amazing
Bye-bye.
Jenny.
Thursday.
Love you guys.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Thanks.
ladies.
I wish I looked as good in a hat as you do.
Oh, thanks. Yes, it's been my summer attire. It's been part of my summer accessories for sure.
It's
So.
very svelte. All right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
ladies.
Bye.